Truth Seekers! First of all, I want to welcome you here to Roderick Martin's Hot Strangeness. And it's Wednesday, and most people will say it's hump day. But in the meantime, we got a great show we're going to do tonight, and it actually is going to be a request, a mission statement. It's going to be a movement that it is time for us to activate as a collective. And hopefully everyone gets involved into the conversation tonight with your ideas, thoughts, and your open-mindedness. As you would know, your eyes are useless when your mind is blind. Of course, I'm wearing that today. Your eyes are useless. But anyway, it's a great conversation we're going to have, and I just appreciate everybody being here. And so let's get ready to set the stage so that we could get into the conversation and everything else. And so one of the things that I want to just first touch right into and just say it right off the bat is that at this point, we need more people talking in our community. And as I always said, that there's oftentimes that we don't get enough of these stories. And when we do get these stories, sometimes they can be really out there. Not that they're not unbelievable stories, but at the point, sometimes we really got to get a little more evidence and talk. But in the meantime, we know it's happening. So I know the people are not crazy. You're not crazy. And people who are talking about this is not crazy. But how do we send that message out to our community so that people will understand that this is a phenomenon that needs to be reckoned with? It needs to be dealt with, and it needs to be talked about, because it's getting more and more into mainstream media, but not filtering down into our communities. And therefore, we're going to be blinded when disclosure begins to trickle out even more and more, and that type of disclosure that may affect the way people see things, from religion to just everyday lives, when it comes down to the extraterrestrial, alien, what we will call experiencer thing when it gets down to this. And I think it's really important for all of us to come together as a collective to do this. Now, I don't expect for this to be one of our biggest shows, because oftentimes when I go down this area, some people think it may be a little more segmented, or maybe you're trying to put a little racism into a place, and I'm not. Basically, I'm just trying to shine the light in an area that is not is disproportionately reported, disproportionately represented, disproportionately all across the board when it comes down to this phenomena. And if we can get everybody to start thinking in context of how much information would we get, how much more information is out there when we all work together as a collective. And if you think of a vision of a pie and think of, a big section of that pie is missing, and you want to know who ate the pie or where is that, so you can make a whole pie, that's how we got to look at it. So imagine if we fill in this whole pie, and all of a sudden we can start adding data from everybody across the board. So I think it's one of those things to seriously take in consideration right across the board. And hopefully you all are with me on this, and we can begin to share this particular video and also get it out into the mainstream, that we do have a place that is time for something to give. Real quickly, I want to thank all of you who've already, I put it out in the community chat, that got my saying there, your eyes are useless when your mind is blind. There you go. And that eye is a significant eye, because if that eye is not working for you and your mind is not going to open up the eye, then it is a useless process. And so therefore, represent the tagline, the saying of what we're doing, the motto of the show itself. And you can go and man, it's been a great, people been picking the shirts up over the last 24 to 40 hours. And I'm really touched by the number of people that is buying that particular shirt, because it is something that I say, it's something that I embed into our conversation, and for you to really, just showing the love of that by purchasing a shirt, knowing that it resonate with you, is really a nice point to make. We're going to get right into a few things. The first thing is, you always heard me talk about, and I'm put this brand on the screen here, and it's important that it's time for us to get into these conversations. It all began with the process of Project Black, which is called the Black League of Alien Contact Knowledge. And that's the logo. And I'll start explaining that in the future, why it's an Egyptian, why it has a third eye, why it's not a gray alien. And then, of course, the historic information based on the color schemes and everything else. It's all significant, and it does have a meaning that ultimately I'm going to reveal to everyone as it comes down the pipeline. The first thing is, of course, is to bring the awareness of what is happening in our community, in the indigenous community. And in fact, it does happen in all families across the board. But I will say that there is a real drop off when it comes down to, is it a taboo subject when it comes down to real talk? So like for now, if you got a story, you want to talk about your story tonight will be the perfect time. I can put a link up. You come in, share your story. You might know someone who has a story, but they're a little afraid because they don't know there's a safe place for them to come to talk about it. Share the video, share the link, share the website, share the contact information so that they can reach out and begin to do this, because it is an important fact. And by the time the night is up, I think everybody will be on board. Everybody will be a part of the mission, no matter who you are, no matter where you live, no matter what your ethnic group is. You're going to understand that this is for all of us, and it's really important for you to take part of what we're talking about. First of all, again, I just want to welcome all of you. I want to welcome everyone who have had strange experiences. If you're here listening to me and you've had an experience and you've had something that keeps you up at night, or maybe you've seen UFOs, maybe you've seen orbs, maybe you've had dreams of some extraterrestrial experience, maybe you have sleep paralysis, maybe you've been contacted, maybe you just know that you don't belong here, and maybe you feel that you're, from another different place, and this planet right here just feels so not home for you. I want to tell you, welcome home, because this is what this is all about. This is what this place is about, and we want you to feel, home when you do this. I want to also encourage and tell you, I know it takes a lot of strength for a lot of you to say, I want to share my experience, especially in my community, because, again, it's a taboo subject. People think you crazy. We got a lot of people that are highly professional, lawyers, doctors, people that in really high yielding jobs that are really a prestige, that have experiences and are afraid, even with the power, even with the prestige that they have, are afraid to come forward to share that they had some type of extraterrestrial UFO experience, because number one, they think it's going to cause a financial win backwards. It's going to cause them to lose their job, or maybe credibility, maybe friends in these social circles. And this is why it goes untold and untapped within the community. And like I say, all the things that I'm going to apply can apply across the board. It really doesn't matter from what, but I will say that it's really expanded within the communities that are really afraid of the conversation. So once again, I want to tell you much love. I have love for each and every one of you, that I'm here for you. Although we try to add humor, although we try to bring in, so that you can feel comfortable with the conversation, we do take it seriously. We do respect everyone when it comes down to this. And once again, you have a place to talk. I need everybody to be vigilant. And we'll get into that in a little bit. And the other side of this thing, I just want people to know that you're not crazy. You're not crazy. And even when we get to our young folks today, our teenagers, teenagers and people that are in their 20s and 30s. Well, I'm a little older, so I'm going to call you young, but you're very mature. But what I'm saying is, I do believe, and this is just me saying this personally, that there is a generation of young folks that are religiously and emotionally bankrupt. Yes, and let me say it again. They're religiously and emotionally bankrupt. And it's a reason for that. Because, number one, the religion has been put on them so hard and so strong, but the results of the talk is not something that they're able to, feel and understand and see. So they're kind of like that. Then emotionally, what they've been taught and trained is not working. And then at the same time, they feel that the energy level have shifted these days, and it's not to where it just makes it all change from there. And I think it's one of those things that we need to pretty much get into to help other people. And again, spread the channel. We're getting ready to go deep into this. Spread the word. Get people to call me. Send them to the email. Every one of you, that's listening to my voice right now has somebody within this community that will not talk about this, or they think you crazy, okay, we're not trying to go out and have church and trying to have a revival and get all of these people, oh, you need to come and you got to wake up. We're not talking about that. They're going to come. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. We're talking about the ones that are crying, literally crying at night, the ones that can't get any sleep. And it could be you who I'm talking to, and I promise you, if you reach out, I talk to you, you're going to feel comfortable about what's going on, because I'm going to relate to you and I'm going to share with you, you're not alone. Your story ain't the weirdest fucking thing out there. There is a lot of stuff out there that you may not believe it, okay? And I'm serious. It's not just you. Another part of this is, let me get to some historical side of this. Why are we in this situation and where we are today? If you go back into this UFO thing, now think about it. Back in the 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s, people, it wasn't something people talk about. And I'm talking, if you were in a white community, you were shunned, you were act like everything. I mean, they treated you bad and everyone bad, even at this. And so imagine at a time where they may have seen a segment of people, even at a lower scale, how much suppression that would happen. Now, if you think about all the stuff that was happening back in those days and times, and you know, there was just so much on people's plate in these communities, or our communities, they're not going to go and say, okay, by the way, I'm going to go and report that an alien came and, you know, we saw it outside last night. And I'm sure if they was having a conversation, it would go a little something like this: hun, I'm going to go down and tell, you know, the boss man that I saw an alien. And she's going to be like, what? Are you freaking nuts? You know, they're going to do such and such. And so the conversation in the house is like, shut the F up, because at this point, it's not something that you're going to go down there and talk about. And so if you think about a timeline, just visualize a timeline of segment of being suppressed, not only in social issues, but then when you're talking about something that's strange and something that's unspeakable and something that's unbelievable, who's going to go talk? Who's going to do that? And so when you start looking at our history, we still have people in the Army, the Air Force, the Marines, and all of these people that was there and witnessed some of the same phenomena that we see today in documentaries and congressional hearings and all that. But why are we silent? Why are we quiet? Why don't we talk about it? And it's only because our own community has put a lid so freaking tight of ridicule, of suppression, fear, all of this, that we can't even open the bottle to save ourselves. Because you know why? We need to get the information out. We got to get it out there. And so I want to be an advocate for that. I want you to be an advocate for that. I want everybody to be an advocate for that. And this is why we're here today, so that we can talk about those things. And I'm seriously, it is something that is lacking in our community. This is going to be a judgment-free zone. This is going to be a channel where we're not going to ridicule people because they have the idea. Yes, I got humor. Yeah, I put that in there. But anybody who knows me, that this is what I do. This is why I'm here. This is my purpose and plan and everything. And so therefore I do what I call infotainment, where, yeah, we're going to get informative and we're going to have a little fun and we're going to do some entertainment, because you got to laugh at this stuff. You got to get to a point where you can look in the mirror and laugh at yourself for acting the way you were acting. Once you find out you're not crazy. You're not crazy. This shit, it happens, okay? And so if we can get everybody to begin to go down this thing and everything else, I want you to be honest. Y'all know we have our new hat, SMF, and all that stuff. It is necessary to restrain some of the stories. Now, I can't tell you that I don't get some stories that sometimes challenge my thoughts. There are some stories that challenge my comprehension. There are some stories that challenge my way of thinking and saying, where is this coming from? And I've heard some of the top of these stories. And it's oftentimes because people have been dealing with this thing, this phenomena, UFO aliens, for so long that sometimes they develop a more add-on to the story, because they're trying to, not knowing that they're trying to make the story to become more believable, or maybe if it tweaks a little bit, somebody at least know that I'm not crazy. And when all they got to do is tell exactly what happened. And although as crazy as that sound, it would do that. So right now, there's 70-some people in here, and hopefully we get up to 100. Hopefully you share the video. I need everyone right now to like the video. I need you to put a note somewhere, note takers or money makers, but we're not making money tonight. Just put a note to post your comments after this video. Share the link to some people to get this, because what I want today, I want by the time this is open, that my email, everything should be ringing off the hook of people saying, I want to share my story. I want to come on your show. Or if they're going to do an audio, maybe we can play it. Whatever it is, everyone needs to be as vigilant as possible so that we can get that out there. And so those are the things that we need to do. So if you're ready to share, okay, fine. Hit my email, hit some things. Now, again, the whole point is that what's the word I'm looking for? Let me see. Someone said, all right, yeah, okay. So anyway, so the whole point is to get everybody accustomed to what we're trying to do. Let me turn off my chat here pretty from there. Now, and now here's things that I would say. I got a few people want to share their experiences. Now, let me say this to you wholeheartedly. And it's important for each and every one of you to understand what I'm about to say. If you have had, someone was just texting me, and I'm glad they did, because it allows me to go in this direction. Sometimes some of you have had multiple experiences. And here's what my advice to you to do. Pick the most extreme and tell one story at a time. Because you may be having several experiences, this is where it's hard for other people to adapt to your experiences and your stories. Because when somebody gets up and they say, okay, I've seen this. Oh, by the way, this happened. Oh, by the way, this happened. Oh, by the way, now it gets a little stretchy. And I'm not saying it doesn't happen, or it didn't happen. If you are trying to break the ice, one story at a time, because most people can't even handle a half a story. Nevertheless, you telling them about 20 or 30 or 3 or 5 or 6. So when y'all begin to come here in the future, I just want you to pick a story, tell a story. We get you in and out, and maybe next time you may tell another one. But if you get there and you begin to blur, you will lose the attention, not because they're not want to hear it. They're not. The people just can't handle that. They can't handle all that you have gone through within a flash that quick. So just be careful, be thoughtful when you're sharing your stories to people, and give it to them just a little piece. Now, maybe if they go further, anything else, or maybe they keep going, you can take them down the rabbit hole. But in the beginning, a lot of people just can't handle that stuff. They can't handle it. One of the things that we're going to do, I got moderators that we're adding here. Other people is going to be some mods. I want from now on, this is a call to action. And if my mods can't do the job, then I'll get some more people to do the job. The whole point I'm saying is we need to protect by all means necessary. Now, here's what I want to stray away from. You get somebody in this chat and they want to blow up our chat and share their stories, and just politely tell them to shut it down, because that's not the place where we want this to go. And some people try to test our chat and they'll just blow it up. Let them know. Encourage them to come forward. And if they're not ready to come forward, they need to be listeners and not talkers. You get what I'm saying? Or chatters. Because what happens is everybody can hide behind their username. Everybody can hide behind whatever they want. It takes a level of courage if they're going to come forward, whether we call them on the phone or whether they do this. And I'm trying my best to pull that out of them. The other part of this, protect the people who are sharing their stories, my mods. If they're sharing their story and somebody want to say some crazy stuff, I don't care if you don't believe them. This is not the place to say it. Keep it to yourself. Just listen to their story. And then at that point, you can comment on whatever you want. But we're not ridiculing anybody. In fact, all my mods is getting ready to have the power to block some people out of here. Don't let it be you that they do this to. Because I got to create a safe place. It has to happen here. It's not happening anywhere else. It's not happening where people can tell the most craziest freaking thing in the world and don't get ridiculed for it. Now, I'm not saying we're going to believe everything that we hear, but that doesn't mean that we're going to ridicule everything we hear. Fair enough? If my mods are with me, I need all of you to put it in the chat so we know where we're getting ready to go with this, okay? My email address is contact@whythebigsecret.com. I don't know how to put it on the board for you, but if I can, I will. Hold on. Oh, man, my computer's acting up. Oh, man, no, it can't be. It is happening. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Well, there we go. I think we're back now. But anyway, man, this thing is acting up. It is time for a new computer. So we're going to do a fundraiser back because this thing been acting up for the last few days and it is crazy. All right. So, all right. We have the email there and I'm back. I don't know if I went off screen, but my whole thing blanked out over here. So, but anyway, so let's get into, again, our ground rules. For now on, we're going to be respectful, no attacks, no mockery. We're going to mention that these topics are sensitive and encourage viewers to listen with an open mind at all times. We have to put things in there pretty much. So here's the deal. If I'm going to add 3 more mods, I got to do one. I forgot to do it a while ago, but you email me. I need your YouTube username. Okay. I got your name here, but email me. Contact. I can't do it without you emailing me your YouTube user ID. You know how YouTube gives you an ID? Then I could add you as a mod, and I'm going to add about 3 or 4 more people, the first 3 or 4. After that, we should have enough mods at all times to do that. All right, so let's do this. Let's think about to think about, have you ever witnessed, and this is to everybody in the audience right now, have you ever witnessed something that you can't explain? This is a question that you can be vigilant and get out and ask other people on the streets. It is time to activate that street team we've been talking about. And once again, I am worrying your eyes are useless when your mind is blind. We have it on our site for a limited time, and it's my slogan and saying, and so I put it on a shirt for some of you, and I know some of you just hopped in here, but you can get this for the next several days, black and gray. But there you go. Your eyes are useless when your mind is blind. And of course, you know, we're talking about your third eye, baby. If you don't open it, it ain't gonna work for you. So let's get into what we are talking about. And like I said, I was giving you a history. So in the 40s and 50s and 60s, UFO reporting was at an all-time high, but it wasn't coming out of the communities. Why is that? I don't truly have the answer, but I know it has social implications to why it does not. So those are things that we want to look into to pretty much. Now, was there skin in the game? Absolutely. I encourage each one of you, go look up some of the stories. Go look up, back in histories of the books by Eric Von Däniken or whatever his name is, The Chariots of the Gods and all of this. These are some great reads, but reason I'm saying this, because at that point in time, chariots at that time, and you've heard it said before, were what we referenced to UFOs in the sky, because we didn't have airplanes back in those times of the early 1900s and all that stuff or back then where people saw planes on a frequent basis. So when you think about it, and I said I want some research, but you guys go look this up. So when you think back in our history of slave times and slave days, when we were singing a song, "Swing Low, Sweet Chariot," so thinking about the context of those songs and think about it was people out in the fields singing this. Why would they want to look up and say, "Hey, chariot, swing low"? Maybe it was something in the sky. Maybe it's something that they saw that they needed to get to swing down to pick them up. in all of this. And when you start hearing about UFOs and aliens over water, I looked over to Jordan. What did I see? So the history is there. You go back to Project Blue Book and you start doing your history right now. Quintanilla and Robert Friend, these are two minorities, a Hispanic and an African American, who ran the most notable government program of all times, which is Project Blue Book. But yet, when the history began at Hynek, this is when all the documentaries and stories and all that. And I still contend, I could be wrong, but at a time like that, when it was not a popular subject and it was not something that a 5-star general wanted to sink his career on, let's give it to the minorities probably, right? So the G14 classified, or whatever you want to call it. Give it some thought. Give it some research. Come on along the journey with me and see where we're going with this. You think about the Betty and Barney Hill songs and all of this stuff. And you start thinking about the story of Betty and Barney Hill. And I was at a meeting recently with a group of people, and it was 30, 40 people in the room. I was the only African-American, and I was the speaker. And I asked the room, I said, have you heard of any African-American major stories of abductions and everything else? The whole room went up. They said, yeah, we all heard of them all. And so I got this little wave of intelligence, and I said, well, whoa. Put your hand down if the story you're talking about is Betty and Barney Hill. The fucking whole room hand went down. They hadn't heard of anything else. Now, I'm not saying that there's something wrong with that picture, but there's something wrong with that picture. And it's not their fault. It's not a racism fault. It's a community social issue that we have to try to get through so we can find out why we're not reporting these stories and how can we get more stories to come forward, okay? We got to get those stories to come forward and to begin to do that. I'll look in the thing here in a minute. Yeah, Betty and Hill granddaughter. I've been trying to reach out to this woman. Maybe all of y'all can try to find out she's an MAA fighter. She's been trying to get into the fray. I've heard her wondering why she wasn't in the Obama story that they was working on all that stuff. She knows her family members. If we can get you all to begin, everybody's going to send me their social media page. I got that. I need some emails, some contact numbers. Some of y'all are pretty good skip tracers. Y'all done it. You know how to find some people. Help me start finding people. Look through the social medias. Start sending me links of people that are sharing their stories if you think they're incredible enough and all of this stuff. I need to start getting vigilant and get you all to send me. I got my researchers. They'll filter through some of this stuff, but we need to have a hodgepodge of information coming in, stories, and get to a point where people know this is the place to report those stories. Now, do I want everybody's stories? Absolutely I do. But please understand, we need to pull out some collectives. And so, for example, see, if you think about all of the military stuff, when the Nemesis out on the ship, the Air Force carrier, well, they have thousands of people on that damn ship. Now, when we talk about mainstream media, you only hear 4 or 5 pilots. You may hear a couple of other people. I was on the ship. I was there. And they're talking about this thing. They're telling their stories about this thing. But they're not coming back, in the community spreading those stories. Where have you heard? Now, I'm in Dallas-Fort Worth. Now, there's K104. There's Steve Harvey's show. And these are supposed to be shows of the community. These supposed to be keeping us abreast of what's happening. You ain't heard not one of these people reporting a congressional hearing on the UFO subject. Not one. I don't find me one. Yeah, we hear it on CNN. Who watches CNN? I do. But who watches News Nation? I do. But how many people really in our communities and indigenous and minority communities watch those things to get their daily updates? And I promise you, if it came on the news tomorrow, and if it came on the news tomorrow and they said, oh, a UFO has landed in Washington, D.C., and they are kidnapping all people of color, please hide right now. Everybody ass is in trouble. They're going to get all of us. Because we ain't going to know. We ain't going to hear about the shit until it's too late. You get what I'm saying? Because the news is not going to filter down to the alerts in the news and to the communities. And I'm very serious about that. Y'all might think I'm funny, being funny, but I'm serious. If News Nation did a report tomorrow that people are abducted and they will specifically get, okay, let me make it a little more about me. They're only getting fat people. They only want fat people because we got a lot of meat, and they're saying I'm diabetic, so I'm sweet as fuck. So they like, this dude is sugar. He is sweet. So they want me because I'm sweet and I'm tender and I'm tasty and all that good stuff. But there's some more people out there like me, and if we don't hear about it, then what? You get what I'm saying? You're not going to hear about it, and that's what I'm talking about. That we need to put those things in, there. Look, Cosmic Astrology, I was supposed to have been adding him as a moderator, and I didn't get to do that, man. And he told me, he's like, man, we was talking on the phone earlier. He was like, man, make sure you add me. Let me see if I can do that while we're talking. But anyway, so I'm saying it is one of those things that we would have to look up and say, hey, this is something that we need to do. Let me see here. Well, maybe because he did not send me. Yeah, he didn't send me his username like I asked him to. So that's on you, Dave. Not me. I'm trying. He didn't send it to me. Yep, I'm going to hold him accountable. But email it to me while we're here or we're doing this. So what I'm saying is, he put it where? In the chat? You got to email to me. Roderick ain't even fat, and he been working out. I'm working out. Okay, so I have lost a few. Now I did get. Remember I told y'all the other day when I reported that I felt alone, and I went on I was binging on Weathers caramels, and then I tasted this vanilla cream caramel. That shit is lethal. I ate the whole bag, not one, but in a few days I ate 2 or 3 of them damn things. I guarantee you I put on 2 or 3 pounds. I was on the scale. I was like, what? But I'm back. You step off the wagon, you got to get back on and do that. So anyway, what I'm saying is it's all about the content of information. It's all about the flow of information. And whether there's information, where's government disclosure. Now, if you want to get somebody's attention and say, well, hey, Roderick, how do I open this conversation up in my community? Well, the next time you get ready to pass them the turkey for Thanksgiving or the barbecue ribs or whatever, just say, dude, you pay your taxes? Yeah, I pay my taxes. I work. You don't have a job, do I? Yeah, you pay your taxes? Yeah. Well, I'm glad some of your money is going for them UFOs. They're going to be like Scooby-Doo, like, yeah, see, you get that Scooby-Doo, like, hit them right there in the money. Yeah, man, they got an official government UFO office that all of us is paying for, whether you believe it or shit or not. You in on it. You're in on it. You're funding that shit right now. And just hit them right there in the eyes. And they're going to be like, oh, man, okay, that's one of those things that's going to happen. So I'm saying to go to that is to get people to begin to open this up. So how many of you right now, I'm not saying I'm talking mainstream media, mainstream documentaries, mainstream stories that we can find that is pinnacle within the ufology community, that you've heard multiple stories of people of color being abducted, their experiences, their emotional, because let me tell you something, the emotional side of everybody is totally different. All communities are totally different, segmented somewhere along where the religion strikes the deal, okay? Where the emotional impact strikes the deal. What you may hear, the way a perspective of someone of one community is totally different than someone of another community. And what you may hear and say, somebody says, well, they did this, and then we can say, wow, they did that to you, and you saw what? I saw this. And now we can couple it with all the other data that we have. We may be able to get a broader picture of what's happening and what's going on, and pretty much. So it's one of those things, once again, we need to put something together. I want to invite any of you who have a story that you want to share, and I want to make it brief. I want you in and out. I can put up a link, pop in here. I just want you to just get comfortable for 30 seconds or 2 minutes. Just share the most important factors of your story, and then I want to get you out because I need you to get kind of used to it. And then as we do more shows, you may come back and say it again and again, and don't let once I shared it, because there's different people. There's going to be a time that I want 30 and 40 fucking stories and people sharing it. Now, don't get me wrong. You don't have to be black to share your story anytime that I request that. I'm just trying to fish out some of those stories, okay? So understand this is still for you and every one of us. But the whole point is we got to get people talking, and what you're going to find out is that some people's story is going to be similar, okay? And that's going to be something pretty much to go from there. Jair says, Preston Dennett tells a story of a contact that interacted with an ET that looks like the one on Roderick's logo. Cool. Let's do it. Yeah, all right. So I should have excluded Zimbabwe. All right. We all know the story in Zimbabwe. Let's skip that one and skip Betty and Barney Hill. Now give me another one. Okay, let's do that one. Those two, everybody know, Zimbabwe and the Betty and Barney Hill story. Everybody knows those two stories. Okay, so let's try something else and see what we can come up with and pretty much doing that. Lena said it's harder. Let me put this on stage. And okay, so here's what I want y'all to do. Because I want participation tonight, because this is a call of arms and call of action. Everyone who think there's a reason why it is a taboo subject, and really, you know, share your ideas. You know what I'm saying? Don't just put the word religion. Everybody knows that's too broad. Give me some specific details why you think it's a taboo subject and solution. What can we do to get people to talk? What can we do? So Lena says it's harder for the black community. We just get judged already so much than being born black in America. All right, that's a baseline. That is true. It's a baseline. It is hard. It is something that we want to look into and try to one of those things. But like I said, it is something that we want to try to figure out. So what do we do? How do we look at those things? All right, so some of y'all sent me your email. YouTube, you have a URL. I forget how it is, but you actually have a YouTube URL. When you go to your channel has a URL or whatever. That's the easiest thing that I need to add you. Otherwise, it's going to keep searching for whatever. So let me try to figure it out. But if you got a URL, then we can do that. So let me try it again here for some of y'all if that can work. But it's not. Yeah. So I'm just trying to put in y'all stuff, but I'm not getting anywhere with that. So anyway, give me some reasons. I want some participation tonight. I want some people to participate and try to all right. Okay, there we go. Okay, it might work. So let me try that. All right, so Dave, I got you. So see, it did work, I guess. So type something so we can see if you got your branded for moderator on there, Cosmostrology. Let's find out if that worked for you. And like I said, I need all of you to be vigilant when we're doing this and really put some stuff in there across the board. Okay, so let me try something else here, and then we're going to get back into the conversation. I apologize for the pause. I know some of you are really like, man, hurry up, you know, get to the points and everything else. And we could do that. All right, so that's not happening. And okay, I don't have Jay. I'm not finding Char 659. Okay, I'm not finding you to add you for some reason. So we'll try to figure that out later. All right, so let's keep going. Let's keep going into the conversation, and pretty much from that point, and we can kind of go there. Jay, are you gonna have to send me an actual URL because I've tried to put yours in and it did not work. All right, so again, let's see some of the reasons. I want to look and see anyone. Someone says my UFO story isn't the crazy. I just saw one that messed me up my old phone when I tried to record it. That's fine. We want to hear shit like that if we can hear it out loud. Lady says, I think it has to do with religion. It clashes with religion, and black folks tend to be very religious. Yeah, I would agree with you on that. Mars said, I think it's taboo because they used to lock people up, and it was crazy. That's fine. Philly Cat says it's hard for all melanated people. I think culturally and communities aren't accepting of anything different. All right, so you all got some great ideas, and that's great. How do we solve it? It's a problem. It literally is a problem. How do we solve it? How do we try to put things together and solve the thing that we want to do? How do we get people to talk more? How do we get more people to come forward in an area to do some things like this? Now, let me share some stuff. I get a lot of stories. I got stories, people calling or emailing the hotline. You know, they're stating their UFO stories, whether it's blue lights and colors, whether it's orbs, people having lost track of time, people that are getting abducted at night, people that are seeing themselves on other planets, people that are seeing themselves as hybrids, people that are seeing messages and wars, and maybe they're taken to other planets where they're giving verbal words to tell people. Now, this one challenged me the most. I get a lot of people that actually get messages for the collective, messages for the community, things that they need to be telling other people, and they're supposed to be the chosen one to do it, and they're the ones who got their mouth closed the most of anything. And why? I don't know. But there's people out there. You have a purpose. Some of you are getting ideas, you're getting solutions, you're getting messages, and how profound or did you think they are, and maybe you say it's so crazy I don't want to tell anybody. There are some people this maybe is for, and maybe it is the delusional it can be, but that don't mean that somebody may not hear it and can decode it and make sense of it and everything else. And so how do we know? So a lot of you, we need to talk about it and we need to do it. I just don't know what is going on with that. Corey says, see white owls. Have you investigated that? Have you tried to figure out the significance and what is the symbolic reason that you're seeing white owls? It could be, and it may mean nothing, and it could mean a lot. It's worth for you to go and do this. Sometimes you're going to need regression therapy. Sometimes you're going to need to reach out to other people within the community, and you can put those things together and try to see what's going on. It's worth it for people to do that. We got Nicole in the house. Welcome, welcome, welcome. She's late, but that's all right. She earned the right to come whenever she wants. She is one of our queens of the channel, and so she can do that. So the other part of this is, once again, I'm looking for solutions. How can we get this out? How can we find more people on social media to let them know there's a place that exists, there's a channel that they can come and share their experiences? Who willing? I don't know what you need. Tell me, what do we need for people to share? What do we need to do so that people can get the word out that there's a place that we can start hearing these stories and we bring them up here? And we start, when we're coming on live, we got people telling and sharing, and maybe we can articulate those stories and get some things out. What is it that we need to do to get the word out? I need your help. I'm asking for your help. I'm asking for your perseverance. Don't tell me to do anything you're not willing to do to help us. Don't say go post in Twitter and you're not willing to post in Twitter. You get, because it is you. It's social media, right? We want people who give ideas, who also apply application to those ideas so that we can get a result. And now it's really time. I'm really pushing this for a reason, in all those things that I can say. Steel Pooh says I can relay messages from the council. All right. And my hesitancy is what happens to my privacy once I'm out there out of the closet. Well, why keep it a secret? Why is the council telling you messages, are they telling you, informing you not to tell anyone? Have they brought you into this context of this community because nothing just happens, that maybe this is where you're supposed to tell your stuff, but yet you are holding back the messages? I don't know. That's something for you to think about. But if you're getting them and it's for a reason, and if they're just saying we just want to share with you and you only, then I understand. You just keep it quiet. If you're worrying about coming out the closet in a time that we're in the dangerous times when it comes down to this, and not danger of in people, it is where people are getting left behind in the information flow that is detrimental when it comes down to this. So, I don't want to put the weight of you, but if you're getting something from the Council for the World, then you might have some of the weight on you and responsibility. Just think about it and make a decision for yourself. But otherwise, why have messages that you can't share? Or why do they tell you? And if they tell you in the message, don't tell no damn body, then fair enough. I think it's something for you to give some thought to. But if you do, think about it. You might want to share. And there you go. Nicole is saying it straight there. She's saying now is the time. The stigma is dying. Yes, it's one of those things pretty much. Rod, do you think doing a short saying you're looking for people to speak out would help? I've done that. I got 30 of those out there. It's not just me doing a short, because if my reach is not there, if my reach on the reaching 500 of the same people, then that short is irrelevant. It's going to come from other people making it shareable or sharing this channel, and then YouTube algorithm and all of that will begin to process and pick things up. Then it will be able to do that. Y'all give a shout out for the support there from Salsa. Appreciate it. Yeah. All right, and so once again, I'm going to throw this out here in the hat. Listen, y'all heard me always say this. Look at me on the camera right now, all of you. Your eyes are useless when your mind is blind. That is the most truest statement. I don't care what you see. You're not going to do it. Now, if your third eye is not open, you ain't seeing the real stuff anyway. Listen, there we go, right there. There we go. Your eyes are useless when your mind is blind. Is right there. Okay? I did it. There you go. And it's got a little high strangeness brand on the bottom. Your eyes are useless when your mind is blind. It's there. Can't get no better than that, folks. Support it, wear it, let's get it, and get your things done. Let's do this, pretty much. All right, so I don't know. We still got to figure out why people are not talking. I'm actually wearing it right now. I got the big boy shirt on. Yeah, there you go. Man, look at that. Huh? Come on, give me some props. Give me some props. Give me some props. There you go. There you go. Reckless Spinner says, here's an idea. We could start a Retic group to discuss the topics and share our experiences with each other. That's cool. Somebody set the group up. Put me in it. Contact me. We need people to facilitate it. We need people to move the conversations along. And then also share the link. Have them come and they can start coming to the channel. Because if we make this a destination channel where all of a sudden people are start coming here, more people are coming to start hearing stories, more people are coming, and we can do it. We can do this. I'm telling you, we can do this together. Okay? We just have to put some effort into it and pretty much to do that. And I think it's one of those things to really do it. My phone went crazy and hit you by mistake. Who did you hide? Oh, y'all having a conversation within each other. Okay, that's cool. Don't talk to me. Y'all not talking to me. Discord would be better. Set up both. Let's do both. Let's do a high strangeness Discord. Let's do a high strangeness Retic. Set it up. Who's going to set it up? Who's going to help set it up? Let's move it to the next level. Who's going to help set it up? Let's do that. Let's try to figure this thing out and see where we're going with this. You get what I'm saying? Let's do it and take it to a next level of what we do. And I'm open-minded to it. I know we can pull it off. Stepdaddy says the truth is in every major city there are UFOs flying fluent from place to place. Every major city in North America. Yes, that is. I think we can concur with that. We can do that. Someone else said, I'll help. So girlfriend of Bay. All right, so we're gonna do, Liz. I'm gonna call you, or you call me. We're gonna do some phone conversations. We need to set that stuff because I am not. That is way off my Richter scale of intelligence. Okay, so I need y'all help to that. Yeah, so let's do both, and then somebody set it up, and then add me to it or whatever we're gonna do, and then let's us work collectively together. Far enough? All right, so I'm a person that I like to act on it. So here's what we're going to do. Who's volunteering to set it up? Nicole and Philly Cat, all of y'all take notes. Whoever's in the chat that's volunteering to help set that up, write them down. Write their username numbers down, and then you guys email me your numbers and telephone numbers. Let's form a private group. Let's talk offline. Let's work together as a collective. We can do a conference calls. We can do whatever to get the stories out. And if you want to be part of that, do not email your email. Email your email with your phone number. I like to talk to people. I like to call you. Hi, my name is Roderick. I'll start there. So when you hear me say, this is Roderick, it's me. But if you want to just email me, I'm going to ignore it and all of that because I'm just really getting really edgy of how secretive some of you people are. And I'm sitting here face up every day, whether it's life-threatening or not. I'm here, and I'm not afraid to share information with you at all costs. All right, but I want y'all to write those people down, and we can do that. We're going to start a Discord. We're going to start a Retic, all of that. So if y'all want to participate, again, do not email me an email, I want to participate. Please don't be that type of person, okay? Don't do it. I'm going to call you out. Be open to communication because we just don't need no secret spies in our group. We don't need no secret squirrels in our group. And if you got something that's too worldly that you just don't want nobody to know who you are because you're in danger, but it's not classified, all right, okay. That's cool, but we love you. We still do. One of the things to do is understand that whatever your experience is valid, man. I'm telling you, your experience is your experience. It's no one else's but yours, okay? It's your experience. And so don't be scared. Don't be scared to come forward and pretty much. In fact, all right, so we got We Love Canada. Yeah, I hope y'all writing that down, who says they want to be part of what we're doing. All right, and we're going to call it high. She said, would it be brand high? It's going to be high strangeness. I need all our brands to begin to reflect our YouTube channel and everything else. And so we will set that up. I sent you my number on IG. I haven't had back. I don't do a lot of IG. If you sent me that, I don't search it off as much. But if you can email me like I've been begging people to do, lady, email me, please, your number. It's contact@wildbigsecret.com. That's it. But let me check IG. Unless you just in an area where there's requests or something and I can't see it. All right. So what is your username? And once again, all right. I don't know. Maybe somebody, I'm going to put this right here. All right. So, all right. Okay. So I don't know if someone trying to, all right. So I'm just going to leave it at that. So I haven't got any IG messages, but anyway, email me and then we could move on with that. I sent you my number, but other than that, like I said, just let's kind of do that. I can help, but not until Friday. I don't have my laptop. That's cool. We just need to move forward. And we can do that. Can I come on real quick? Yes, Lena, you can. Let me put a thing on here, and I appreciate you coming on real quick. So I'm going to put something in the chat, Lena. There's a link. You click it. Oh, man, my thing is acting up again. All right, so here's what I need. Nicole, I need you to come on screen. You can hide your camera, whatever you want to do, because my computer keeps blacking out, and I need to reset it. But I don't need the live stream to hang up. So Nicole, if you can come in, and then Lena, just give me a second. so I can reboot my computer, but it'll keep the live stream going. My computer keeps phasing out, and it's going to hang us up. I just need you to. I'm going to put it on the screen, Nicole, and you can click that. And Lena, you can click that too. I'll bring you in as well. But just click it, Nicole, and just so I can just add, and then I'm going to reboot, and then we just need somebody to stay in the room, if you don't mind doing that. And but Lena, just hold on. Once we reset this thing, we can kind of put that on there. So my computer is like screwing up everything right now for some reason. It is time for a new window. I done burnt this thing out, so we need to grow it. All right. So, well, Dave, one of y'all click that link to come in so I could. She said, "I'll be off camera because that's fine. I just need you to come in." And then I'm gonna put you on screen. You can keep your camera off. I just needed time for it to reboot, and then we can do that pretty much. So the email is contact@whythebigsecret.com. Philly Cat just put it there. I'm gonna put it on the board for those of you who are asking for the email. All right. So, all right, Nicole. So can you talk while you're doing that though?
Yeah.
All right. You can just. All right, it's cool. Just tell them something new. But I'm getting ready to reboot my computer. Okay, I'm gonna leave you up. All right.
All right, sounds good.
All right, bye-bye. Let me do that.
Okay, I just want to jump in off of what Roderick was talking about. I think that, the importance of coming out and speaking up, telling your stories is super important this time. This is the time. This is the time to speak out. This is the time to tell your stories, your experiences. There's a lot of people that are starting to talk about what they've seen, what's happened to them, whether you had an experience just seeing a UFO or you encountered a being, whether it was in real time or in the astral. It's super duper. Things that people's consciousnesses are awakening. People are seeing and hearing things that they never have before, and they are really opening their minds. Even people who have been super skeptical in the past are now starting to question things. So I think that if you have a story and you are not sure what to say, definitely hit up Roderick if you don't want to come public just yet, but you want to talk about it to somebody, he's the guy to talk about.
Well, we're good. I'm back. I missed whatever you said, but I'm back.
Oh, okay. I was just telling people to don't be afraid to speak up. Now is the time.
Absolutely. All right. So I appreciate you. Go ahead and finish eating if I need
All
you.
right.
Be on standby like Catwoman and Batman and Robin.
Will do.
All right. Okay. All right. So let me do this. All right. So what's going on, my brother?
What's up, man?
You got something you want to share?
Yeah, I got a story.
All right. Pick a story. Not every story, but just pick your best of the best. Give you a couple of minutes. Let's hear it. And then we might bring you back for another story. And then Lena, the thing is in the chat. So you say you're going to come in. And so we want to hear that too. But anyway, let's go, man. Appreciate you coming up.
Okay. So everybody who's big into extraterrestrials knows. Is there an echo?
Let me see if I need to cancel that echo. Hang on. So Lena, I know you're here, but I'm going to put you in the studio until he finish. Okay. All right, let me put you in. All right, let me set the echo cancellation. Hold on.
Yeah, it sounds like a little bit of echo on my side.
It should be gone now. Is it?
Okay.
Try now. It should be gone.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Sound all right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, it's a lot better. So I've had a multitude of experiences.
Mm-hmm.
I've had both physical and spiritual experiences. That's kind of nerve-wracking because I'm not used to sharing it with people. I've been sharing it more so lately since the disclosure movement's been so heavy. I've been sharing it with anybody who's willing to listen. So I'll jump right to it. One of the most, profound experiences I had. I was living in upstate New York at the time. I was coming back to my house, and this is after some experiences I had. And I was walking home. One of my friends was coming to my apartment, and we just got off the bus. And this is like 2012, so like 12 years ago. And we're both walking, and I get this feeling like something's around us. And at this time, I'm doing a lot of spiritual work, a lot of meditating. I'm spending about 4 hours a day meditating, 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours a night. And I just get this feeling like something else is present. And I turn to my friend and I'm like, do you feel that? And he was like, I felt weird, but I didn't know what it was until you said something. Now it's really prominent. I'm like, something's weird. And he was like, yeah. And we both turned at the same time and just so happened to look up in the sky at the same exact spot. And like somewhere between 300 and 500 feet in the sky is a dark metal orb. And spinning around the center of it is a red light. And this thing is so quiet. It just quietly goes right past us. And me being the type of person I am and the type of person my friend is, we immediately split off in two different directions. He ran towards my house. I ran to chase it. And I stopped because he's like, what are you doing? He starts yelling at me like, what are you doing? What are you doing? I'm like, I want to follow it. I want to know where it's going. It let us know it's here for a reason. I want to know why.
Gotcha.
You know, everybody's heard the term curiosity killed the cat. I'm the cat, right?
Oh, I thought it got the cat, but you killed it. Oh my God.
Yeah. So I'm the cat. And so he's running off towards my apartment. I'm running off trying to chase this thing. What are you going to do? What if it goes for miles? You're going to run for miles? You're going to hop through people's backyards? He was like, what if it goes over the river? You're going to swim through the river? I'm like, you got a point there. So I kind of disappointedly walked away on all that. But that was one of my most profound like physical experiences because it was so low to the ground. It was so quiet and we felt it before we saw it. Like we felt the energy radiating off this thing and we knew something in that moment had shifted because we both stopped and was like, something's weird. And the energy around us just shifted and then it was like it was following us. And
how did that make you feel? In other words, after this thing has done and now you're going on with your daily life, what did it take you from to, how did you feel about that?
So, like I said, I was doing a lot of spiritual work, so I was having a lot of experiences like this. But because people were so close-minded at that time, it was hard to share it because people just looked at you like you were crazy. I've never really cared what people thought about me, but it did really discourage me because I'm like, I'm wasting my breath. Like nobody's gonna hear me. I can talk all day, but nobody's gonna actually hear what I'm saying. So it made me feel like outcasted. Like no matter where I went, I just felt like I didn't fit in. Like I'm having these experiences, and I'm going through something right now. I'm going through a really awakening period in my life, and I don't know how to comprehend it to the fullest extent. And so I felt really outcasted and just like in this, like I wouldn't say depressive, but borderline depressive because it's like, damn, I'm like, how do I translate this from this over here to this in normal society where I'm at? Like I don't know where I stand. And I'm like, am I crazy? I mean, I have family members with, diagnosed mental illnesses. I'm like, am I finally falling down in the line with them, or are my experiences legit? And so I don't know. I was in a really weird spot, but now that a lot of things have been coming to light, and I'm like, y'all the ones that's crazy. I've been saying this for the past 10 years.
First of all, I'm proud of you. You said some really things that I think I want the audience to really pay attention to. One in particular is your thought process, what you were going through, how you had to interpret this to not only see how they will see you, but how you see yourself. What is happening? Because it takes a lot of people don't get past that part of why is this happening to me or what's going on to start exploring it out of curiosity instead of fear, because that's a big difference in research. But you're correct, because it is worth people knowing that when this happens, it does cause confusion. It is incomprehensible. It's not something that you could try to your mind see, because our mind is not going to wrap around it, because it's not something that it has ever interpreted. It has no data points to pull from. It has no experience to relate it to give you the indicators it's okay. And so sometimes when this happens, it sends us into this frenzy. But there are a few like yourself who can work their way out of it, because you were doing shadow work, and that's important to do so. I have to bring something else to your attention. I don't really like the shirt you're wearing, so I'm going to send you a free shirt. So your eyes are open shirt.
Yeah, man, I appreciate that. I don't know if you know this, but I messaged you.
Huh? Yeah, you send me some. You're gonna send me the pictures, right?
The artwork.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mailed it to you today. It should be there Friday.
Well, send me your address, and then I'm gonna send you something instead. And then put the sides in the text. You got my stuff. So
yeah, I got you, man. And I've been drinking that coffee too. I got some of that coffee.
Appreciate it. And I'm not saying your shirt's an ugly shirt. I just think if it's black, it needs to have some good stuff on there.
Well, it's a Carhartt shirt. I don't know why. I just grabbed it one day. I need this shirt.
Cool. I just use that to promote this better shirt that I want you to put on. It's gonna be Bella Canva. It's gonna be all soft and stuff, so it's gonna be cool.
Man, that slogan that you have said, when I say it resonates with me so deep.
This one right here. Your eyes are useless when your mind is blind.
Yes, because I'm a person that's very big on awareness, right? I've been through a lot of traumatic events in my life. Where I'm very big on awareness. So like back in the day when I would go out with my brothers and sisters, we go out to the club and stuff like that. When they meet people, they introduce me like, oh, that's our bodyguard, because I'm the one that sees everything. I'm paying attention to everything and all that type of stuff. So like that resonates so deep with me, because I'm like, if you have no type of awareness to what's going on around you, then you're useless to me. Not to me, but you're just useless in general, because it's like you're just at this point you're just a meat suit, Like
you need to stamp that. Everybody needs to stamp that, because that is so profound, because you can take this into the most deepest realms. And like I said, there's people that you can and people don't understand this, and I'm gonna get you out, but this is when they try to explain this to other people. Their eyes are useless. Their mind is blind to what you're trying to tell them. Until the eyes open, they're not gonna never understand what's coming out of your mouth. You know what I'm saying? Because the mind is blind. So they need to begin the process. And when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. You can't flow that on them. But once that mind, and the mind is like a parachute, it works best when it's open. You better believe it. Ask anybody who jump out of a plane. So, and one of those deals. Man, but I appreciate it. I can't wait to get the artwork. I'll show it here on the screen when I get it, and we'll talk. And then I want to hear more of your stories. Like I said, we'll limit it, and I'll get Lena up here. And then you got my thing. Text me the address and the shirt size. Okay.
Right after you kick me out, I'll text it to you. And
cool. All right.
Be in the chat, so just let me know.
All right, I'm kicking you right now. I mean, like, feel it. Boom.
All right, I'm out.
All right. All right. So y'all, thank you for doing that. Lena, what's going on? I appreciate you being patient. And we got one story that we want to hear, whatever your best of the best. Let's hear it. And or you are here to tell a story, right? Or you just kind of what are we doing?
I was just giving you theories. I didn't want to write it down.
You were doing what now?
Theories?
Okay, so I can't hear you. I don't know why your audio is like awful. Yes, yeah, we can't hear you. Okay, we heard something there. Say something now. No. Say what?
Can you hear me now?
We can hear you now.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
You can hear me now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I have a couple of theories.
About what?
One, thank you. I'd like to say thank you. Me and my daughter had a great conversation. So thank you. And
we talked about the other day or yesterday. Yeah. Yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you giving Selena and I an opportunity to talk to you, because And I'm glad you had that mother moment. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I knew it, but you know how sometimes I'm just hard-headed. I'm just gonna just chuck it up to
And
that.
you can, if you want to share the story with the audience, you can, of what we said and what was impactful. If you want to, that'll be cool. But you don't have to, but if you want to.
I basically cut my daughter off of, she was just talking negative and I didn't want to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
But then I had that done to me by my mom. So I didn't like it. And Roderick and Selena pointed it out, so I fixed it. But I had a couple theories real quick because you know my batteries are going low.
No, go ahead.
But here's a couple. Maybe they don't mess with us because we're like already traumatized.
I will put some humor to that and say they know we're not going to get back on nobody's ship without a destination anymore. We did that for 400 years. You're not putting us back on no ship. Maybe that's the trauma.
I'm from America. Like my people are from America.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, really? We're Blackfoot tribe.
Okay.
So I get that. I don't know. I'm not going to even get into that theory. But then I have another theory. Maybe some people are lying about it being abducted because like they see like the fame and stuff and they're like, okay, I got abducted too. You know, maybe they're lying about it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if I was abducted, I can't even say the word abducted, I wouldn't tell nobody because like I'm already judged with like all the stuff that's going on with me. So I just wouldn't want to put no extra stuff on it because I don't think the Black community would even believe you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you probably go to I don't know. I just don't know. But those are a couple theories I have. I have something we can fix it. What's his name? Billy Carson, he talks about his. Maybe if he talked about his more people would come out about it, their abductions. Because I never knew anyone besides Barney and Betty too until Billy said he got I don't think he got abducted. I think they just came to him.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe if they had more people, or if he told his story more people would want to, you know, come out and be like, you know what, it happened to me.
I think it's yes, that is it, and I'm gonna say these words, but it is not close. Okay, and I'm saying it's not. We got to think of it as like the Me Too movement where people come forward, but like I said, that is a very serious movement. But I'm just saying we have to look at it on the lines of more people saying it happened to me too. I was abducted. I was, you know, an alien, and all those. Like I said, those are two different river votes. So I'm not even that. You know, any woman that comes forward on that, I give you the most up respect. But I am saying, yes, we have to look at that on those lines, and we can do that. The other part of that will be what you just experienced with your daughter. When we have other people in our community that is trying to bring people into the fray or bring them closer to us, we can't look down to a situation where we think we're here or this because we woke, they're not, or they're not listening, and because it's a combative point. But in your point, this was family, and you can separate the two of awakeness versus being mom, whether it's somebody's brother, whether it's somebody's sister, whether it's somebody's best friend. And this is where the awareness that we're supposed to have as being woke people, that when we're trying to communicate this with someone, we still got to use the human element. We still got to connect with them on a human level, that they know you as their sister, brother, cousin, friend, mama, daddy, and not a person that's trying to beat some new theory of knowledge into their brain that they're just not ready for.
And I like to beat some in people's brain.
Yes, yeah. And but I'm glad that
I'm trying. Look, I've only been on this journey for like a year, not even. And I thought that I knew what I was doing, but I realized I don't know what I'm doing.
Well, you know what? I appreciate.
And I had to humble myself. I really did.
Yes, I'm glad you reached out, and then we were able to talk, and I was able to, Selena and I were just having that conversation earlier that day, and nothing just happens, And I say this, and because I want to go back to Ram's story in a minute, but yeah. So when you were speaking and being emotional about it, I text her and I was like, "Hey, I got to get you in on this conversation," because she had, y'all had similar stories. And I'm glad
that was so weird.
and you were able to regain that mother side with your daughter, and watch what's going to happen. Now, eventually, if you're patient and just come to her from that angle, she's going to evolve, because what you're going against right now is everything you had already taught her up into this age. And now it's a shift. So it's not going to shift that fast. So when your daughters say things, or they say things out of character, but it's like, that sounds stupid, that's because we gave them that before we woke up. You get what I'm saying? And so they're still operating off the old data. They're still operating off the old programming that they have. But eventually, when they see mother begins to inspire and all of the other parts of this, she will then shift and say, "Well, what Kool-Aid you drinking?" And then they just give her a sip. Don't give her the whole cup. Just give her
I'm just being quiet, because I don't know what to say. I don't want to mess it up. So I just listen, because
you get those moments,
I still want to do it, but I'm like, "Oh, shut up, Lena, shut up, shut up, shut up."
Patience and being quiet, and we might make a new shirt, "Shut the fuck up" shirt, right? We don't. But it's not in a negative sense. It's just patience.
Yeah.
Right? But I appreciate you coming up, and thank you again. And I'm glad we were able to help. We are still going to conversate again, because there were some more deeper things that we can talk about. But I'm glad you had the courage also to share it with the community. Okay.
One more thing, just real quick. I did that
1-2 thing, but go ahead. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
I did that thing you told me to do last night. Mm-hmm. And I woke up then I closed my.
This is not Freaky Friday. I did not tell her to do that thing. Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, I got that audience. They mind expands, but you did.
I'm sorry.
Have thought. No, you cool.
The protection thing. I think you said Troy.
Yes. And hang on a minute. We got somebody, Lady Manliness is in the studio. I just want I see you, and we'll bring you up next.
Okay.
Go ahead.
And I went to sleep, woke up, and then closed my eyes, and you know them like blobs that they give you, like ask you, "What's this shape?" or "What do you see?"
Mm-hmm.
I seen that shape, but it was different colors. What does that mean? It was so beautiful.
Well, okay, so you did what did I exactly tell you to do? So what? Let me make sure so I know that.
To ask for protection.
Right. Okay. So what I did was, I told her one of the ritual things that I go through, because y'all know that I get so much stuff, energy, attacks, and some of that stuff is transferable. Each night when I go to bed, or when I begin to call in my protection, I do this little thing, or I approach the throne, the King of Kings, and I kneel as a king. But then when I have my board meeting, my visualized board meeting, I call in everyone, all my spirit guides, protectors, ancestors, everybody. I ask them to protect me at all times from these other people's, what I call inner CEOs, who are trying to attack, instill things and everything. And it helps royally. Your answer was, "You're protected. Here's the comfort of beauty in the symbol." They was now responding to you. I got you. Because you had to have felt a comfort. You had to have felt some type of comfort in that moment. And that's just the answer. You're in the right place.
Do you think I will see that all the time? Because I love it.
Oh, you got to do it every fucking time you can. Yes. You have to do it every time, because new shit hits you tomorrow that you was asking for protection from yesterday. And just like humans, our ancestors sleep too. Shit, them fuckers fuck up and they get off their job. You know what I'm saying? They were human once. They didn't learn. They're just waiting to come back and get it right the next time. So you still got to remind and connect, because it's just all you're doing is communicating in another realm. And so therefore, doesn't mean they're perfect where they are. It's just that they can provide protection in a place that you can't get to. You get what I'm saying? And so I do that all the time. And so it's something I've done for years. I've learned it. I was taught it. And when I got into this particular space, it was more and more and more, because there are some evil people that comes on these shows that come in here. They send texts, they send emails, they send stuff. And I think I share it with y'all, and I'll share it with the audience. I've never done this before, but I got this fucked up message the other day, and out of character, but I think it was perfect timing. The guy was just saying, you're stupid, you're this, you get your shit right, you're fat. And I usually would just type back, thank you for bringing that to my attention. That is the best way. I've learned that when I was married, when the ex would just say some shit, and I'm like, thank you, honey, for bringing that to my attention. And that's just really saying, okay, whatever, but it's still a good way. Instead, I responded. I said, thank you. What the email did I say? Okay.
But do you think if you focus on that too much, you'll get more of it?
Get more of what? You're focusing on positive. You're not focusing on negative. You want more of it.
Like,
more protection.
Our brain is so survival mode that we can have a million things good happen to us, but one bad thing happens to us, we focus more on that thing.
I ate a bunch of good food and fruits and vegetables, and yesterday I ate one bad candy, and I'm paying the price every time. Yeah, I mean,
I don't like.
Well, let's do this. Seems like you have our number, because we can go on this forever, and I got other people on it.
Okay.
So, I am.
All right. Love you guys. And I'll still be here.
And we'll try to answer things in the chat. Selena is there. And then from time to time, just come back and ask those things. We just won't do it all at once. You get what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
Even if you come back 20 minutes from now, just come back. I just need to get other people in and out. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. All right. So, lady, you got your camera? What's going on with you? Don't hide. Where you at? And Vanessa, I see you in the chat. I'll bring you up next. Okay. Or in the studio. But lady, are you there? Not?
Yes. Can you hear me?
We can hear you. So do you want to hide today? Just let me know what to expect.
Yes, I'm gonna hide today.
You're so beautiful. You know that, right?
Thank you.
I mean, you do know that, but we don't know that, but you know that, right? But don't keep it a secret. Okay. But anyway, that's cool. Hang on a minute. But I need you to fix your mic too, because you're really low. We can barely hear you. Before you get started though. So anyway, real quickly, y'all. So I got this email. I got this bad email. And I'm telling you, I was out of character. I responded. I said, you are the dumbest MF that I ever talked to. You're stupid. Nobody listens to you. The reason, blah, blah, blah. I just went down a whole list because I know how people feel in this situation. I wanted to cover all grounds. And I finally ended and said, if I'm doing what I'm doing, then you come and start your own show. And then you get out here in front and see if you can take it this way. No response. Crickets. But he was proud enough to send me. And then I said, I got your name. I will call you out on the show, and I will have everybody look you up and blah, blah, blah. But I'm not going to put my legion of truth seekers and all of us together to go team up. But I did that for a reason, because I wanted him to know this is how crazy you are for attacking me. And if you got better knowledge, if I said something wrong, if it's something that I need to be corrected, because I am the person who will stand correct, come and correct the community. You ain't got to tell me I'm crazy, stupid, because you know something you think I don't know, and then you have nobody to listen to and talk to you. And I'm talking to you, lady, but I'm talking to the guy, right? And pretty much. Okay. Another thing, Ram, this is for you. And I meant to mention while you was on the screen. I got a phone call from a friend of mine. She's a ghost hunter and some stuff. Yesterday, she was out jogging, like you and your friend was out walking. She heard something following her, or footsteps or something, just like y'all did. She felt the presence of someone. See, these stories run parallel. And she said that while she was jogging and all of this, then one of her other neighbors came up and said, hey, who is the guy that was with you? She said all the time she kept looking around. She felt a presence. She heard something, but she saw nothing. One of the neighbors walked up and said, who was that just left? And went off into the other area. And she was like, huh? So she had some type of entity following her. She heard and couldn't see it, but someone else saw it. That was weird. All right, lady, what do we have today?
Okay. I've had a lot of experiences, but I'll make it very brief since you said that you wanted it very brief tonight.
Yeah, I want you give me your best of the best, or the one that perplexes you the most, and the one that you think that, yeah, just tell me one, and then later on come back again. But I want to encourage you to eventually, I promise you, and I'm not saying this just for my benefit or the show benefit. When you are able to face this thing, and people need to know eventually someday who you are, it's going to change everything for you. This is why I tell people this all the time, because right now, most of us can't tell our family and friends. And so it's all a invisible thing. But when you come out and you're talking to hundreds of people and they're in their chat, thank you for your story, you're touching people's lives. But anyway, I just want to share that with you in the future. But go ahead, let's hear it. And thank you for coming.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for hearing me.
I can't give you a free shirt because I don't know what you're wearing. You get what I'm saying? But anyway, go ahead. Go ahead.
Trust me, this is taking a lot of courage to try and come out and say this tonight.
I know it does. I know it does. And I'm just bringing humor. I'm glad you laughed. Okay. And that's what my intentions are. But go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so, all right. The one that makes my skin crawl the most is I was in bed one night and I hadn't been asleep yet. I just went upstairs to lay down, and I had laid down in my bed, and I closed my door. And the way I'm laying, I have my bed just lays, towards the wall, and my back is towards my door. And then I was laying facing the window. And so then all of a sudden I felt like somebody was in the room. And I'm thinking, I know it's not my kids, because my two adult sons, they would knock on the door before they came in.
Oh shit, hang on. Okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead. My bad. Keep going.
And I'm just laying there, and I'm like I could feel it. I could just feel it. And I could feel goosebumps. And in my mind, I just said, "Hi." And then it stopped, because then I heard it pacing behind me. And when you feel the weight of someone, walking on the floor, you can, I heard that creaking, just pacing back and forth, back and forth. And so when I said, "Hi, who are you?" it stopped. And then it just I don't know, just a wave of uneasiness just came over me. And then I said in my mind again, "Who are you?" And I got no response. So then I said to myself, "I am of love and light. And if you are not of love and light, then you are not welcome here." I said, "I would like for you to leave." And then just like that, I just felt like a wave of relief. And then it was gone.
Let me say something to you first. The best thing you did, and again, I was having this conversation with one of our team members, and I said that sometimes when you feel these energies and things, or people telling their stories, and Selena probably remembers us having this conversation, the most important thing to say, who am I talking to? Who are you? And usually, because some people will say, well, maybe it was a good spirit, or maybe it was something bad. Ask it who it is and its purpose. It will gladly want to tell you. And if it don't, like you said, get the hell up out of here. Yep. And most of the time, because they do follow some of these worldly concepts, they will just quietly leave because you told them to leave. See, most of the time we invite these spirits. We invite them in these precarious ways, in ways that we really don't know. We're sending these messages and inviting them in, or they feeding off this energy, or whatever they're using to come into our realm. But ask them all the time. You want to know, who are you? Because if it's your grandmother, you want to know. If it's your uncle, you want to know. You know what I'm saying? Because when you know how to handle the situation. So I just want to tell you, great job on that, and everything else. But a lot of courage for you. And thank you for. Were you through with that story, or we're more?
No, that story, that one's done. The other one is when I saw a UFO.
Okay, I want to hear that. later on, maybe later on tonight, maybe Friday night when we do our Freaky Friday or something, if you're here with us.
Okay. I did send you a picture of it because I did take a picture of it. So
All
that's
right.
why I was
You emailed
asking you
it?
about the IG because
Is
I
it the
sent it
first?
there.
Oh, but you just, Memo, right? No, you put it on here, right? No? Somebody else sent a
No.
picture. You emailed it to me?
Well, I did email you my phone number, so you will have that. But I sent that to you previously on IG.
Okay, so you're TR, right? I just didn't put your full name out here, but you're TR, correct? Is the name?
TWR.
Yeah, well, okay, brief, precise. I skipped out. Why? Excuse me. I skipped the middle name on purpose. Okay, I did it. All right. So you see how here we go. But I appreciate you coming. There's a lot of, again, it takes a lot of strength, and you said it, and we're just going to take this one step at a time, okay? And it's really meaningful, and I want you to know, rely on me. You get what I'm saying? I'm saying this in front of everybody. You can count on me.
Well, thank you for opening it up, the dialogue and making it feel like a safe place, for us to come forward and be able to speak. Really appreciate
I'm
that.
gonna take it further than this. This is a safe place. All right, sweetheart. Thank you for coming. All right.
All right. You have a good night. Thank you.
Bye-bye. And you are beautiful. Don't forget that. The world needs to know. Bye.
Thank you.
All right, so we have the greatness of Vanessa. What's going on? Thank you for being patient and being in the studio for us. What's going on with you?
Thank you for having me, Roger. I've been listening to you for a long time, and I've been wanting to call so many times, and I was like, well, let me try today. So, and yeah, I am one of those people that I've had sleep paralysis since I was a child. So,
okay.
I've always had it feel like entities around my bed, or it's just I've had so many weird experiences over in my lifetime. I'm 60 right now, so you can
You
imagine.
don't say. You got the fountain of youth. Okay, now what?
Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate that, but yes. So the story that I want to tell is well, number one, I'm Rh negative. Type blood. So
all right, now
I've heard a lot of people mention that.
We can take that somewhere else right now. But go ahead. Let's go.
I know, because it's so amazing. Because when I found out, like most women, I'll say when I was pregnant, but back then, in the 80s, they didn't tell you anything. Oh, you just need this Rogam shot so your baby will be protected. Things like that. They didn't give you any other pertinent information regarding what Rh negative blood. As a matter of fact, I just found out, I want to say maybe about 12 years ago about Rh negative, what it, how profound it could actually be, so but anyway, I want to get to the story. So I've had plenty of sleep paralysis dreams, but this one that I had about a month ago, maybe, I don't know how long ago, but not too long ago. So sometimes I can tell when the sleep paralysis is about to take place, so I'll try to get up. But this instance, and this happened several times before, so I was trying to get up, but it was just so hard to get up. It took all my strength to get up. I could feel that I put my feet on the floor, I strained so hard to get up, and I made it seem like halfway down my hallway, but within an instant, I wake up and I'm still in bed, but the memory is so fresh. It's like, so I don't know, would that be counted as an out of body experience or almost out of body? I don't know, but it's just weird. All of my dreams be so weird. So a lot of times I get peaceful sleeps, but many times I have sleep paralysis. It's just been plaguing me all my life. My oldest son, every now and then, he had an out of body experience, he told me. My granddaughter, she has sleep paralysis. Not a lot. She's a kid, so she's only told me about maybe one or two times. But I believe her. Sometimes kids want to do what you're doing because they think it's kind of cool, but it's not. I hate sleep paralysis, and even though I know what it is, and I've heard that it's a gateway to maybe astral projection. I've been fighting it all my life, so I'm at the stage where I don't know how to be relaxed if that is the case. It's like if I don't fight it, like I'll die or something. So Yeah.
Well, it is heavy, and I'm saying that literally because usually when the sleep paralysis is happening, it just feel weighted.
Yeah.
But the other part of this is that most time we're conscious in some state. And we hear stories of abduction all the time where they have this device where they, freeze people, but people can still feel and see what's happening. They just can't move.
Yes. Yeah.
Now, the other part of this is astral projection at some point. But here's the deal. It's almost like you're going halfway. You didn't get all the way where you were going.
Yeah, like mine are raggedy for whatever reason.
Yeah, and when this is happening, this is just my personal opinion,
right.
Is because you are fighting it. You are fighting it or whatever. There are times that I get curious when it had happened to me, and I'll be like, let's just see where we're going with this thing. Because I mentally know I'm dreaming or I'm in this other state, So I know I can try to come out of it really pressing the issue. Sometimes I laugh, you're like, man, damn, I missed the point. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. So it can be scary depending on what you see and where you're going and who's doing this to you, right? Or whatever the situation is.
And I never know what the entity is. But once. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead.
Only once that I had a sleep paralysis dream that it didn't scare me. And this happened maybe last summer. And I felt it coming on, but for whatever reason, I fell asleep. Like I knew I fell asleep, but it's like I went through a portal. And I was just let out onto a street. And it was just really beautiful sunshine, beautiful manicured yards. I don't even know what neighborhood it was, but it was, people riding bikes. But I came back to my apartment where I'm at right now. And I came in my room and there was some men working in my room for whatever reason. I don't know why, but then I went back down the hallway and my patio, it was a big picture window. And I went outside. It's like the ocean was out there, but it was grass. It wasn't a beach, but if it was a beach, it was just grass and people everywhere, like barbecuing, having a good time. And I mean, that memory felt like I was really there, but then you wake up, you're in your bed. It's like, God, so maybe that's lucid dreaming, but I mean, my dreams can take on all types of, I don't know. I'm
not the professional at all of that part, except for someone who's heard numerous experiences and can relate to them. But I will say that on one of these journeys, just begin to try to be on them. You can actually take yourself to a point where I've done it to where I now see myself overall. So I'm looking at it from a whole different viewpoint.
Right.
That's when it gets interesting. When you can look back and see yourself still asleep, or you look back and see yourself in these pictures and not
actually. I've never done that.
You can do it.
When I got up and made it down my hallway, I didn't think to look back. I was just trying to get away from the sleep paralysis. But then all of a sudden,
that's what I'm saying. So you was more concentrating on breaking free instead of the energy flow of going with it.
Yeah.
Because once you know this is happening, you coming back. It's just you don't know that in those scenarios sometimes, and it's a little more scary. But once you start accepting the reality of what's happening and saying, okay, and I'm not saying embrace it to a point where, just come and get me tonight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it ever worked because
I've
tried, I don't know. The incident's happening. I'm fighting. I'm fight or flight. So I'm trying to get away. So,
and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with it because I'm not gonna have you to lose sleep and tell you that all of them that come or whatever's happening are friendly. I'm not saying that
you would think I'd be afraid to go to sleep sometime with these weird dreams, but I don't. I go to bed when I'm sleepy.
Let me tell you something. If it get to a point I can't sleep because sleep paralysis, we gonna have a fight.
Yeah, absolutely.
We are going to have a problem.
Have it too, right? Right.
Oh yeah, it happened. We're gonna have a problem if it gets, because that's one thing I finish every day. Anybody who knows me, I get up every day when I finish sleeping, not when the clock goes off. There's one
Yeah,
job
you would
that I
think
complete.
you'd not want to go to sleep, but it's not that
No,
way. I mean, when I'm
I
tired,
embrace that part.
I'm go to sleep, but I just hope I don't have one. A lot of times I don't think about it. And there's
Yeah.
just one other thing I want to share. And I promise I'm done. I
Now
just
go
want
ahead.
to ask maybe your audience if anyone else has experienced this. Sometimes when I
Let me before you say that,
go to sleep.
let me pause you for a
Okay.
minute. There was a
Okay.
comment earlier that came across, and I wanted to say this, and it was Jair, who's one of our trusted people. He said, I wouldn't have taken no shot. I feel like you could have had. And Jair, here's the deal. Until you put in that position, I'm just educating. When I was a young man and my wife it was my girlfriend on the first one, and then we got married. And when they tell you you need to take this shot to protect your unborn child, there is not an option to be talking about, what's going to be happening, because all you know is this is necessary. So it happened twice for me because my children's mother was Rh negative. And so I didn't think about it all this point, but I'm not telling anyone, if you hear it today, do it. Only reason this is happening is not because it's a negative situation and they're killing off something. It's just that fetus that is Rh negative, when it crosses this, it sees the woman's part as a threat to this fetus, and it will, or her body being Rh negative, see the fetus as a threat because the male that she was with is not the same. And so it's going to try to protect it like it does any other bacteria, but this is a fetus, and so it's a human. Yeah.
And back then, I was what, 20, 21, didn't know anything.
Yeah, I just wanted to bring that out.
Your doctors,
people not judging from that situation, but go ahead.
Absolutely. God, what was I going to say now? I forgot.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't write that out.
It's okay, Roger. I'm glad you let me come on. Well, God, I was just.
If it comes back.
I know. I got it.
Okay, then. Well, come on with it then. There we go.
Sometimes when I lay down and I'm an avid reader, so I love to read. I do a lot of research on different topics and whatnot, but I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but sometimes I think so. But like when I go to bed at night, sometimes like my eyelids turn into like a movie screen. Like I just see all type of things, like the ocean, but it's like I'm there, kind of. It's just different, like movies, like little movies are playing, And then if I wake up, try to make it stop, I go back to sleep or close my eyes, and it starts right back where it stopped. It just stuff. And what do
you give me a description of what you're seeing?
Okay, like in the beginning, it might look like cartoonish, like I might see flowers, and it's just replicating. It'll replicate, keep going and going, and then it'll morph into maybe an ocean scenery. I can see rocks, I can see water, waves. Or maybe I might be flying, I'm over people, I can see people. I don't know who they are or where they are really, but I don't know. It's just an odd.
Well, here's something I will tell you to do. Get a notepad and a pen, put it by your bed. And every time this happens and you can really think about it, wake yourself up or wake up, jot it down while your mind is fresh with.
Yeah, it's like really active. Yeah.
And just start keeping a notebook of these things. And you might over time see some type of correlation or similarity that is putting pieces together for you. Because obviously you're getting downloads, you're getting messages.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's weird.
Yeah. So it's obviously you're getting downloads and you get messages. It's just that because of the state that you're getting them, we're not really remembering. So it's important that if you do try that concept, just whatever the thoughts are coming real quick, write it down, and then you're going to go back to sleep. Now, another thing you can do, a lot of people might say, you can set those dreams in motion. I've done that before too, where you tell your body, this is what we're going to be doing tonight. This is what this is what I want. This is the place I want to go. These are the answers that I'm looking for. Because in your body and dream state, and I do this a lot, I can work out scenarios of problems that I can't do alive. So for example, if I want to find out if I can fly, I'm not going to do it in this world. I'm not going to jump off the building. You can paint wings. You can paint wings on a pig and he ain't going to fly. You throw him off the building. But I can test the theory in a dream all day long and get up and say, oh, that shit didn't work. And then go
like
try
the Matrix. Okay.
And you can play with it. You can make it a fun occasion to where you're going to enjoy going to sleep. You can't wait to go to sleep because it's not about the rest. It's about the other place you're about to take yourself. And this becomes a routine of goodness and things. And it's just something you can do. But I don't really talk this deep to the audience a lot, but I have decided it's time to start giving you all this information because I do possess it. I do know it. I do practice a lot of these things. I am connected with a lot of people. And
awesome.
Yeah, I think it's just time. And so Friday night, I'm going to throw some real deep shit at y'all Friday that you will not be regretful to hear. Just trying to see how can I prepare it, how can I regurgitate it, and then we can do those things.
I can't wait.
Well, I appreciate you coming and you being so brave and things are coming, okay? And I appreciate it. And
I appreciate it, Roger,
back anytime, okay? My Sukasa is your Sukasa, so you come back anytime.
Thank you. You have a good evening.
You too. Bye-bye. All right, so I did put the link in there if anyone else is pretty much want to share some stories or pretty much. And let's give a shout out to all those people because that's exactly what we're looking for. One by one, people coming up, sharing their experiences, people getting over their level of fear at whatever capacity. And we can do that. UNO Network, you say you set up the thing. Make sure you email me whatever we need to do to get, I think you set up the Discord or the Retic. I saw a chat while I was talking. I just didn't want to cut the short, but just let me know. He said, I tried getting in touch with Barbara Lamb last year, but she wasn't able to get to me. Well, Barbara Lamb had an accident last year. So for a while she was out of commission. But just hit me up, brother, because she's one of my besties and I got her number in my phone. And we talk periodically anyway. So if you just really need to reach her and you ready to get a regression done, then we can set it up. I can three-way her and get it all set up for you. So you can definitely do that. So anyway, so again, y'all thank everybody for sharing those stories, man, because I think it's something that we need to do. If you have something you want to say and y'all want to come on, I'll put it in the chat while ago. I'll put the link again. You click it, come on into the studio, and let's hear what you got. He said it's Discord. Okay, so cool. Just email me, contact at wildabigSecret.com, and we can do that. Yeah, and it takes now, Gerald, if you want to share your story, just come in there. But I want to. This is what I'm trying to tell everybody. A lot of times people like to take over the chat and they like to kind of just spill it out. And I just want everybody to kind of sit that to the side because we want to encourage people and get people to focus on the people that's on stage that are sharing their stories, and then your emotional support help them. And sometimes people will try to take over their stories and start putting their stuff in while these other people are talking. And that is something I want my moderators to shut down, period. When we got somebody up here, we're going to give them our undivided attention because this is love. This is what we want to do. But if there's nobody here, go ahead and share your story. But when you got somebody up there, I need everybody to encourage that person because they can see those chats. They can feel the energy. And I just want us to do that as a community. And if you get someone just trying to spill and co-sign on their story is cool because everybody's going to have similar situations. But if it just goes where that I just need to let you all just let that person know, wait till this person is done so we can focus on the people who have the courage to come up here. Nothing more to give the people that come on this stage, whether their cameras on and off, whatever they're doing, first priority, the first part of courage, because after all, they breaking the silence. Fair enough, everyone? I just want all y'all to know we're on the same page. We're doing that. Tina says, this channel is becoming my favorite to watch. So totally cool that I share the same birthday as Roderick. March 10th, we're going to say that's what it is. And pretty much from there. Nicola says, I was trying to express that I can relate. No, I'm not saying that. I wasn't even talking about you anyway. It was someone else. I was talking with Gerald, not you. But no, I always express you can relate and everything. I'm just saying, if it gets to a point where you got paragraphs and you want other people to pay attention to all of that, just wait until the other person is done. Like now, ain't nobody here. Share your stuff. If you're relating to them, that's cool. So I wasn't talking about you, Nicole, I don't know how to pronounce that, right? But I'm gonna say sprinkling. You good, bro? You good? Don't worry about it. You're all good. So we got much love in everyone to everyone. Yeah, Team Pisces. Yes, we're a Team Pisces. And once again, outside of the people, maybe I didn't say it enough. Right there, man. Your eyes are useless when your mind is blind. Now we already getting people that's getting their high strangeness shirts, and I want to thank everybody. I know a lot of people got your straight out of high strangeness gear. Other than that, but this is just going to be limited. It's not much of us going to be having this one on because I think it's special. It's my little saying, but I wanted to embed it into your life and whatever. Damon, he says, "Oh, my friends, to know that not to call my phone when I'm with my peeps." Cool. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. And that's there too. He says, "We might need to, but I'm really starting to embrace strangeness and to comfort of all. My life has been weird since I was a child, and thanks for sharing and understanding." Yeah. And see, this is what we doing. This is the power that we're doing. And again, when Lena came up, let me tell you something. There's nothing better than that makes my day to know that I have, not enter, but apply something to someone's life. Okay. Not more in just knowing in that the fact she said, hey, this also went back and it's going to improve some things with my child, my daughter. And this is what those moments that we're here for, those moments that we were doing it. And that was one of the reasons I say this out loud that I, text Selena. I said, hey, you got to hear this. But not only that, because she's also coming here as a co-host, she's doing some things like Nicole, all these people. I want y'all to know the lives that you touch when we're all synergy in this family that we're doing. And that we are here for a purpose. We are here to help people. And when you got other people in your lives that want to challenge, why are you doing that? Or why are you saying that? Push them folks to the side. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got time for those folks. None of us, because we got a job to do. We're here to do our jobs. We have a mission, and our mission is to be there for one another every way that we can. Now, do we have limitations? Absolutely. We all do. But at the end of the day, if we can do and we can give, we can be there within kind, love, and just even having a big ear, it helps, man. It helps. And I'm just telling you, it helps all across the board. And so y'all give a kudos to Me and the Moon. She was really, really good yesterday and pretty much. So, all right. Anyone else got anything y'all want to share? And I'll keep going. I got a little more things that I'll talk about tonight. Shalana says, love the show. It dives deep into the strange things. Yes, we do. And wow. If you want to support the show and you find any value in the show tonight, you're welcome to, let me put up a banner here. You can support the show either via Cash App, or we're a community supported show. You can do it through Cash App or PayPal or whatever. Anyone else? I'm gonna put it out there. Anyone else got something you want to share, or anyone else has been affected by one of the stories that you heard? If you want to just, I know Sprinkly, you said something where it's related. You want to come up and share the relation to the story. What did you get out of it? How did it does some things in pretty much. Somebody said, I'll grab the coffee. Oh God, I forgot to even talk about that. This show is brought to you by Live Pure Coffee. Okay. And that is shop now. There's the coffee, livepure.com. And they are supporting the channel, man. They're supporting the channel from all of you coffee drinkers and everything else. And I just want to thank y'all. But get you some. There is a link way down in the description. You can do that and pretty much do that. But I want to thank each and every one of you so that and pretty much. What is the they are in the show. Okay, hang on a second. So anyway, let me make sure that in the show you can go in there and get your, let me do this pretty much for all of you. Yeah, okay. So your eyes are useless. It is in the store. Y'all gonna want to it is up. People have been ordering all day. So maybe that's what we're talking about. I'm not really for sure. Somebody said they need a cup. I just found you. Lady said, hey, thank you for subscribing. Oh my God. Thank you for subscribing. And yeah, we're about to hit 17,000. And so we need to get our subscriptions up. I think we're probably maybe 50 or 60 people away, man, from hitting 17,000. So if you're here for the first time, definitely, we're 46 people away from hitting 17,000 subscribers. So I definitely want to do that by Friday. Let's hit it. And pretty much, Jackie said, I felt that someone was coming out of my bathroom once I was sleeping and it woke me up. Yeah, it's who said they don't see the T? What T are you talking about, Philly Cat? Yeah. All right. So yeah, let's do this. So we're gonna go into the coffee. Y'all talking about commercials, and then also I got a testimony, one testimony, I got two testimonies. So let's go with first, let's do the coffee. Project Black family, this is Roderick. And the first thing I want to start with, your eyes is useless when your mind is blind. Now we know the truth is not found in mainstream energy drinks. Now then you have... Yeah, no, I said it wrong. Your eyes is useless instead of are useless. So don't nobody text in the chat and be trying to correct me. Do it yourself. Let me start it off. Project Black family, this is Roderick. And the first thing I want to start with, your eyes is useless when your mind is blind. Now we know the truth is not found in mainstream energy drinks.
Now then you have health authorities that will talk about sugar as being empty calories. In reality, sugar is very toxic. Roughly half of it is fructose, and the other half is glucose. Fructose is very, very toxic to the body. I would venture to say it's as toxic as alcohol.
Those are designed to keep us hyped and keep our eyes closed and our minds closed. They're not sharp enough for the work that we do. We deserve resources that are designed for truth seekers, for those who refuse to settle. That's why I partnered with Live Here. Their coffee is different. It's got those cordyceps mushrooms for focus. It's even for immune defense, and we already know that is important these days. And stamina to keep you going, chasing those leads, whether it's out in the field or in the bedroom. Now here's the deal. Every purchase supports Project Black, the Black League of Alien Contact Knowledge. I'm just looking for 20 of you who want to upgrade your morning routine and to show concrete support for our community. Let's ditch the junk and fuel the fight for the truth, one cup at a time.
Okay, I am sitting here at work. I made the mistake of having 2 cups of the coffee that our dear friend Roderick is promoting. Oh my God, I've had so much energy today. My neighbor, my desk neighbor, observed me today dancing at my desk, singing, and this is not normal. It's not normal. Forgive me. I got caught in the rain today, so yeah, my hair's looking crazy. 2 cups, y'all. 1 cup is good enough, but it was so good, I made myself another cup. Don't do it. 1 cup a day. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to go to sleep. It's almost 5 o'clock here. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I guess I'll have to go home and clean up my house. I don't know. Yeah, that's it.
And it smells really good. I'm kind of a coffee snob and I love how it smells. This coffee's crazy. I don't know what's in here. I think this is illegal. I had 1 cup. And then a few hours later, I did a spin class. So spin class, I do like 20 miles on the bike. I think I burned like 800 plus, maybe 1,000 calories. It also gave me some mental clarity, and I actually passed my exam that day. Looking to try something new, looking to try something healthy, because I believe that cordyceps or something like this in it. Don't ask me what cordyceps are, but I believe it's related to the mushroom family. Like medicine, this stuff is really good. I just have this over the regular coffee, and it smells really good. I'm kind of a coffee snob, and I love how it smells. Trust me, just get it. It'll change your whole routine. I urge everybody just to get a box. Just try a box. It's something you can actually keep.
All right, so I want to appreciate Damon and Judith, and for the rest of you who's planning on sending me your video and just talking about your coffee and your experience, I know you're going to do it because you say you was, and the ones who haven't done it, who I think you should, because there's people that's close to me that I just know y'all should have done because it's helping us out, but you don't. But we got other people that's doing it, but I really don't understand why my closest friend, but since my community is my closest friend, then all of y'all are. I just want to thank the ones who are helping, who are sending your testimony, and the ones who are buying. But still, I'm waiting on my friends and closest people to send their testimonies, because testimonials are so important, because people can then feel and see their energy. Even though they're getting energy, they're getting benefits from it. They're staying up, especially some of my most sleepiest friends that are just sleepy all the damn time, and they're using the coffee to stay up and shit, and they still won't just send in a testimony and all this stuff. I really don't know, but they're getting benefit, and they're just takers maybe. But since they're buying it, it's their shit. They can do whatever they want with the shit that they buy. It's cool. I get it. I understand that. So maybe they get the message. All right. So let's keep going so that we can talk. If there's we got Sleepy and Grumpy in here today. I still got to name the other set 5 dwarfs. So I will definitely pretty much from there. Yeah. And so we can just kind of do that and pretty much. All right. So let's put some stuff together. And let's just see what we got going on. And again, I want to thank everyone and pretty much for saying that. Somebody said I don't even drink coffee, but Damon had me. That's cool. That's cool. And maybe the rest of y'all, like I said, y'all got coffee, y'all send in your response. And y'all can see sometimes, okay, we had about 120 some people in here when I started talking about the coffee. Some of them jumped on out. And those are the people, man. They just don't give me enough time to advertise on my own channel. And man, that's crazy. But thank you anyway for your time to be in there. All right, so let's finish up a little bit before we get out of here. We need to share this particular channel and things. My goal and the people that's here, we need to build a movement. We need to come together to build a movement. All right. And it's very important if we can do this together. We can build a movement. We could get more people. And I'm sure y'all enjoyed just from the interest part of people sharing their testimonials tonight. Maybe some of you, we can set it up on purpose where we can say, well, I know you're going to be on tomorrow's show, or we got 3 or 4 people on Friday's show, or we can do this. I really believe that at some point while we here, we can probably get 5 to 10 stories a night. And we'll have the most entertained, great place than anyone else, and that we can do that. And I think that's something that we can do. And so I'm really serious about that. With that being said, I'm not going to hold you up too much longer. It is just Wednesday night. I am planning on going to the gym and getting on the exercise bike, get into the sauna, the steam room, sweat up a little bit, maybe sweat up a lot. But in the meantime, really get out there and do some things. So if there's anything else, anybody got any word or good words that you want to pass to everybody, and we can kind of, put ourselves from there and pretty much. So as we come to a close, I just want to say thank you. I want you to know that I'm with you. I'm here for you. Our community is going to be here for you. And we're going to be here for other people as much as we're here for you. I want you to know that it is a trying time when it comes down, and takes a lot of energy and courage and get past the fear to come forward to tell people your intimate stories. It's okay. I pledge all the time. I want you to be seen. And it's not because the rule of the camera. I just know that expression, and when you're able to come out, it helps. But take your time. Take your time. Don't rush it. Do not rush it, because every little micro step, that's how you eat an elephant, one bite at a time. And this is a big ass elephant in the room when it comes down to what we're talking about and what we're doing. And again, if you want to support the show, please support it. It's a community show. But I want to say to you, I love you. Okay, listen to me. I love you. You're all loved, and I love you. And to my haters, if you can hate me and you don't even know me, I can still love you. I just don't need to meet you. I don't want to meet you. But if you're here hating on me constantly, really, you're a fan. You're just got a lot of criticizing that you want to do. That's okay. We can take that. But I want all of you to know the day has come. It is now time to get the stories in, not out, but in. Bring them into the house. Bring them here so that we can do the things we need to do. Bring them here so we can help other people. Bring them here so we can bring new awareness. Bring them here so people stop being crying in the middle of the night. Bring them here so people can understand that this is real and they're not crazy. And bring them here because we love you and we love them. We really do. And I mean at the bottom of my heart, I love each and every one of you. I'm not lying. I love you. I really do. Thank you. It's been a plum, pleasing pleasure as well as a privilege tonight. Good night.